We're back on the American Dream Business Roundtable, and I know, Greg, you are dying to ask Mark this next question. So would you?
Well, in preface to the question, we want to talk about internet marketing in general, and to do that, we want to talk about recall some basic marketing principles from last week or from another session. We want to talk about the whole product. Mark, what does that mean to you? The whole product.
Whole product. Everything basically goes on your website. The website is your center or your repository of all your marketing materials.
I'd never heard that before, and that is a very good and interesting way to characterize that all of your marketing stuff accumulates on your website.
Yeah, it basically serves as a 24-hour salesperson for you. So you want everything on there so that your customer or your prospect can look through everything and sell themselves on it at any time.
And it doesn't, and I don't think it matters that you may be not selling something, you may be doing a service, correct? Right. Which would be different than a product.
Sure.
And you know, there's a lot of people that are out there today that have specific services, like say for instance a chiropractor or somebody like that, or a psychologist.
Sure. All those things. And the wonderful thing about it is that, well, now in this day and age, you know, you have to have a website, otherwise people will not perceive you as being ready for prime time or being in business.
Absolutely. It's just like a business card. It is your online business card.
And you have to have one.
Yes.
And it needs to meet certain qualifications in order to be perceived to be adequate. And for example, you know, sometimes we talk about contractors, and what they need to put up there is what I refer to as a tombstone. It doesn't need to change very much. Right. Tombstones don't change.
Yeah.
It has to have some basic information, what kind of work you do, what your hours of operation, and maybe some pictures of your work and things like that. And I'm amazed at how many of these websites get viewed in the middle of the night. And the reason I know that is because
Are you up? Are you up?
No, but Google has a service, I'll call it, and I believe it's free, correct me if I'm wrong. It's called Google Analytics.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And so tell us about...
It absolutely will measure everything about your site that you ever want to know and more. It is huge. It measures every statistic known to man to do with a website.
So it tells
and it is free. And basically what happens is you get a snippet of code from Google, and your programmer puts it on your website. And then everything that goes, it ends up appearing on every page of your website. Every person that goes there, everything that goes to your website, then it logs information to it about that visit.
So it tells you, as the owner of the website, basic information about what page they went to, what page they clicked to, what page they left your website on, how long they stayed, whether they did anything, like bought anything.
Geographically where they were, if they were in Michigan or in New York or where,
right.
or what country, what time it was.
Right.
And you can even see where there's some other things you can put on there. You can even see where there are mouse movements on the site at the time.
I have a question for you right there, because on the radio site that we have, besides the television site, I get comments all the time.
Yep.
Now, are those spammers? A lot of times?
It's both.
It's both.
Yes. Whenever you run a blog like that,
right.
you're going to get what's called robots out there trying to produce spam. It's the same thing as spam email.
Okay.
They're sending information through that entry, that blog entry that you're allowing people to make on your website,
right.
that's trying to advertise to you.
Yes, everything in the world, believe me.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I have to go in there every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, because we get people that are constantly doing that.
I didn't know that was happening on your site.
Well, I'm telling you.
I apologize.
That's
There is a way to stop that.
There is a way to stop it? Okay.
And we will put that on there tomorrow.
Okay, that's great.
It's called a CAPTCHA.
It's a what?
It's called a CAPTCHA.
CAPTCHA?
It's something that only a human can do. For
Okay.
example, answer a question. What's the opposite of hot?
You've seen those at the bottom of a website
yeah,
where they ask you
CAPTCHA.
to
Okay.
they ask you to write 1, 2, 3, 4,
And
whatever.
it's all
Yeah.
graphight and jumbled up, and it's hard
Right.
to read.
Hard
yeah.
to read.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even believe some of them. A lot of them are drug companies, or they're trying to sell stuff or whatever. So I just go in there, hit it, trash it, or spam
Yeah.
it, and go on.
We can stop a lot of that.
You can stop
Yeah.
a lot of that. That's
Yeah.
important, because with you have 15 sites,
12.
12. Do you look at
15 businesses.
Do you look at them every single day?
Oh, no, I do not have enough time to look at those every day.
That's,
you
I mean,
take
if you
care of
have
them all?
one site, most people don't look at it every single day.
That's true. And a lot of times, and I'm lucky, Mark, that I have additional help besides your people that actually help us with some of the social media and other things that we do. But, the benefits, there's so many talk benefits, and there's benefits to having a website like ours,
Yeah, and
for what we do.
right, and putting together a website, one of the kind of the background marketing things that we need to understand, because you mentioned benefits, we tend to, some of us like to talk about the features of our product or our service, but people really don't want, most of them don't really want to hear that. They're more interested in results, which is the benefits. Don't tell me all about how this electronic contraption works. Just tell me it's going to take away my back pain.
Basically, the sales process on a website is
Right.
exactly the same way as it is with a person to person on TV or on radio.
Right.
You need a unique selling proposition. You need to sell benefits instead of features. You need a unified marketing message, in other words.
Tell us more about that.
That's a little different on the web, because the concept of a unified marketing message is that you're touting the same thing about your product, the same price, the same benefits and stuff, from the first touch to the customer to the last touch, because the customer on a website may read an ad on a search engine that says something, that's why they clicked on it. So when they go to that page on your website or on Facebook or wherever it takes them to, it better be talking about what that ad was on Google.
Right.
Unified. It's the
need
same
to-
marketing message on your website as it is on there. And then when they click on that product and read more details about it, it better still say that same concept. And the price better be what it was on previous pages that they've seen.
Right.
Because at every point, if
Right.
there's a disconnect, meaning you don't follow through with the same message,
Right.
that's the point at which the viewers or the consumer
Disappear.
leaves.
Yes.
Right.
They're not interested in anymore.
And on that note, what are we going to talk about in the third segment?
Well, we're going to get into the specifics of the SEO, pay-per-click, and things like that.
That maybe a lot of people don't understand. So let's give those websites out one more time.
It's www.i-mktg.com.
Do you want to give your phone number?
513-942-7869.
And Greg?
I have quit giving up the www. I did it last time, but it's the EdgarAllenGroup.com, EDGARALLEN Group.com.
And your phone number?
It's 513-474-4555.
And we'll be right back on the American Dream Business Roundtable right after these messages.